Family, welcome once again to another video. I'm here and I just ordered my coffee and I asked the lady here on, she's like, what else can I get for you after I order my coffee? And I just said, hey, do you like Star Wars? And she said, like the original ones or the new ones? And I said, either or. She goes, well, I haven't seen the new ones. I said, well, do you like the old ones? She goes, yes. I said, awesome. That's it. Just wanted to know, do you like Star Wars? And she's like, yeah. I was like, well, it's nice to meet you. Because you know what? I love Star Wars. And I'm gonna be on this kick. I am not backing down at all. What's up, Brandon Reviews? Hey man, I am in Tacoma, Washington, loving Star Wars, getting some Starbucks coffee. I'm on a lunch break for my conference right now, and I tell you what, I'm having some fun. Right, Brandon? Star Wars is the best. It's just awesome. It's just cool. And what's up, Shadow? Hey, that's another one that I'm talking about. Both people that I'm going to do something with here pretty soon. But you know what? No, I am just on this kick today. I woke up with just this passion this morning that from now on, what's up, Bruce? My Star Wars brother. This morning, I did a live stream on the way in, and it just talked about loving Star Wars. Buzz GC Files is another one of my Star Wars buddies. I did this live stream on the way in to town. Caleb, what's up? So I did this live stream on the way into town and the conference, and just talking about Star Wars. And apparently saying I love Star Wars triggers these negative Star Wars fans. And so I don't know what that is, but see, this nice young lady, were you the lady I just spoke with? Who did I just speak with?
That would be her.
Hey,
the one who has lost
so I am live streaming on YouTube right now. Can you just tell everybody how much you love Star Wars? We're on this tick off of hashtag I love Star Wars. So if you love Star Wars, just say I love Star Wars.
I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
See?
I already have tickets to the premiere. Are you kidding me?
That's awesome. That's awesome. We're getting rid of all this negative Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, forget that. They're amazing.
Absolutely. What's that? You think so? The rumor is she's a Palpatine. Yeah, so we'll have to see. But we're just abolishing all this negativity crap, and we're celebrating Star Wars. So see, there you go, folks. I love Star Wars, and I can't help it. I'm gonna pay this nice lady. Thank you.
Yes, the one with the witch's
And
hat.
I love Star Wars. We're gonna make this a thing. Thank you so much. And I do need the receipt, please.
I also told you why I've seen the other Star Wars that has $3 million.
Okay, so you saw the prequels too.
That's the only one I
Oh, that's the only one you saw. Well, you know what? You got to watch them, okay? And then my YouTube channel is Poindexter Lounge.
Poindexter Lounge.
So find it and make a comment. Tell me who you were, okay? I'm going to hold you to it. I can't hold you to it, but please do it.
Okay.
Poindexter Lounge.
Okay, I will.
All right,
Bye.
thank you so much. Have a great day. See? I got a regular coffee, Arctic, with some cream and sugar. And see, this is what I'm talking about. We are making friends. Hashtag I love Star Wars. Why is it that all I can say is I love Star Wars, and these negative Nancys come out of the woodworks saying, oh, you know, they act like we have a problem because we can't handle people who have a difference of opinion. Yet all I say is I love Star Wars, and people try to tell me I'm wrong. And buddy, okay, I love you all. If you watch the channel and you didn't like The Last Jedi, that's fine. I am absolutely fine with that. I don't have to change your mind. We can have a conversation. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it, and I will tell you my personal feelings about it. But if you never end up liking The Last Jedi, that is fine. All I say is don't crap on it for everybody else, right? You know, don't try to ban Star Wars. Don't try to boycott it. Don't try to do all those things. Wait for the next thing, right? Wait for the next thing. There's always going to be something, especially in a franchise this big, there's always going to be something that you don't like. And you're not going to like a character. You're not going to like the development. You're not going to like who they are. You're not going to like what they were. I was on, so I went to my conference that I'm here for. I'm here for a worship conference. You all know that I'm a worship pastor. I went into my conference. This guy who's teaching this breakout session today throws up a picture out of nowhere of Luke and Ray, and he's talking about how like in anything he's talking about leadership, right? That you always want to be training for the next group or next generation. And he says flat out, doesn't know anything about what we were talking about this morning, nothing. He just flat out says as part of his presentation, he says, here's the thing: if Luke had been if Luke had been the focal point, or Luke, Han, and Leia had been the focal point of the new movies, it doesn't make any sense, because you have to pass it on. You have to move on. They are older now. They're not going to be there. Lost? No, I do not like gender politics, actually. And see, that's the thing, and that's why I can stand on it, because I do not like gender politics. I am not stuff. Morning and happy Halloween to you. No, I don't watch Supergirl, because Supergirl, actually, I love Superman. Superman is my favorite superhero character of all time, and I love the Superman family of characters. But I stopped watching Supergirl because of identity politics and all that stuff. But it's not in Star Wars. People are reading that into Star Wars so bad. They want it to be here because Kathleen Kennedy said that the Force is female. But people have been taking this all so out of context. Everybody's like, George Lucas hates it. No, George Lucas made a statement, back 7 years ago almost, that, he didn't like something. But people are making it out that George Lucas hates it all. And George Lucas has never said that. I don't understand. I just don't get why people blowing this whole thing up to be these negative things, when in reality, it's all hype. It's just all hype. These people are blowing this stuff up, and that's fine. And Ava, and that's fine. Like I said, I have nothing against anybody personally. So please know that I don't have anything against anybody personally. It's Star Wars. It's a fun thing, right? Like, I once had a guy get mad at me who was a friend of mine because I liked Batman versus Superman, Batman v Superman, and he did not. And like he took it way too far. He was ready to like unfriend me, like not be my friend anymore because of it. And that's ridiculous. I'm just saying, I love Star Wars. Hashtag I love Star Wars, and I'm going to continue to love Star Wars. And we're doing the movement. I love that. We just went into Starbucks. Yeah, we love Star Wars. I got my tickets, man. I'm ready to go. But Oda and Luke back on Dagobah, and thank you, Lost. Hey, man, that's no, I know you guys weren't. No, I know you guys weren't. I want you all to know how I feel. Like, I want you to know that when I say these things, like, I'm not trying to put anybody down. I love you all, and I love everybody who's associated with the channel and comes on the channel. But I'm sick of negativity. I'm sick of these negative YouTubers and things that are just constantly. I know, Shadow. I know about the book. I know that Iger. Thank you, Ryan. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate that. No, I'm very well aware of Iger's book. But here's the thing. He was mad about something else, because George had an outline for 7, 8, and 9, and that's fine, right? Derek, that's funny. I'm tired of hearing it. Like, I just want to move on. Like, I think that we spent 2 years now in this mode of Star Wars sucks, and I'm done with that. Move on. Let's look for the future, right? So, but I understand the Iger book. But here's the thing: George Lucas, he did this. But you know what? George Lucas sold Star Wars because of the negativity, and that's documented. He said himself he did not think that the fans, because people have very selective memories on this. You got all these people touting George Lucas, and George Lucas hates the new stuff and blah, blah, blah. But George Lucas did that. Thank you, Caleb. You rock. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that as well. Thank you, Ryan, for that super chat. So there was that, right? But remember where I was going with this, because I got to get back in here in a second. But no, so he had an outline for 7, 8, and 9, and that was fine. But the fans had been so negative towards him because of the prequels, right? Caleb, my favorite is Empire, by far. It always will be. No matter what comes out, no matter how good a movie Star Wars will be, I think Empire will always be, just because it's nostalgic for me, and I think it's just one of the greatest movies of all time. But he wrote a treatment for these. But the thing is that the fans pushed him out. He said that he didn't feel that the fans would enjoy what he had come up with. That he actually says, George Lucas said himself that he thought the fans would hate his ideas for 7, 8, and 9, because they dealt again with midichlorians and you know, I mean, the wills sounded kind of interesting, but he was going to deal with the midichlorians. Nobody wants to see another trilogy about the midichlorians. I love George Lucas. George Lucas is one of my heroes, but I do not want to see a trilogy. Do you want to see a trilogy about the midichlorians? I mean, no, that's not an important part to me. And so the thing is that he felt that the fans had turned on him. There's actually a movie called The People versus George Lucas because of that negativity, because of that toxicity of Star Wars fans. And so he sold it to Disney. And I get it. They bought his treatments for one reason. One, because out of respect for George Lucas, and that's not reported. Like, you don't hear that, right? But they bought it out of respect for Lucas because he had these plans. But they told him up front that they were not bound and did not have to make his versions. And he knew that. And here's the thing: nobody should be feeling sorry for George Lucas. George Lucas sold it for $4.5 billion. Plus, he sold his treatments on top of that. Plus, he's got stock in Disney. So no matter what happens, you know, Caleb, I wouldn't mind. You know, you're right. So look, I wouldn't mind learning more about the midichlorians from a certain point of view. But I don't want a trilogy about the midichlorians, right? I don't want a whole new trilogy just about the midichlorians and how that works, because he said he was going to take it on the microscopic level. I don't think that works. We want to see, you know, different things happen. And so, you know, but like I said, he made $4.5 billion alone on Lucasfilm. He sold his scripts or his treatments. We don't even know how much he got for that. And then on top of that, he's got stock in Disney. So if Disney's successful, George makes money. Plus, George still is like the majority shareholder in Hasbro. Excuse me. So like all the toys and everything that get made, guess what? There you go. So George sold it. Once you sell something, you lose the right to tell people what to do with it. You know, if the Poindexter Lounge blew up and became the biggest YouTube channel ever, and for some reason I decided to pass it off to somebody else, I might not like something somebody else does to it, you know, but I can't control it. I can't tell people what to do with it because it wouldn't be mine anymore. And that's just reality. That's just life. My thoughts on Benioff and Weiss. So I saw it. I got to look at this because I saw that there was maybe some new information that came out, and I have not seen that yet. I did a video about them leaving, and I think that there was I'm pretty sure there was more to it, but because you don't just get out of your contract and go, well, I got another contract over here. We're making $250 million. By the way, I misspoke in my other video because I said $100 million. I saw, but it was actually $250 million that Benioff and Weiss got to develop stuff for Netflix. And so there's something more there, and obviously they knew that they were leaving for quite a while now, I've heard, and that's a problem. Now, see, and I did a whole video, so you guys can know this. I do not just kiss up to Disney or Star Wars or anything. We can talk about the stuff that we don't like, right? I think there's a problem. I think Kathleen Kennedy, and I said in this last video, now some of you may be surprised to hear this, but I said in the last video that I made on the Benioff and Weiss thing, there's a whole video right here on the channel that I said maybe it's time that Kathleen Kennedy does step down, because it's gotten to that point, right, where we need a fresh start and to move on, right? We need a fresh start, move on. So Kathleen Kennedy has gotten us this far. Let's move on. And I definitely think Rian Johnson needs to. I know he's still saying, I may do this trilogy. No, nobody needs to see that either. As much as I liked the Last Jedi, nobody's gonna go see that movie, right? Like half the fans aren't gonna go see that movie, so we don't need that movie. We need to just move on and have a fresh start. And Ava, you know what? Dave Filoni needs to be somehow involved. I don't know if he needs to be president because I don't know if he has the experience to do that. And here's the other thing: is it's misrepresented a lot of times what the president of Lucasfilm does. The president of Lucasfilm isn't the one, necessarily dictating the stories and all those things. They may be signing off on stuff, but they're not the ones writing the stuff and putting the stuff together. So Dave Filoni does a phenomenal job. He does a felonious job, putting those things together. And I've really enjoyed. Sorry, my nose is like doing weird stuff. Like, you ever feel like you got like a spider web or something? Yeah. So Dave Filoni does a phenomenal job in writing and doing those things. Thank you. It's me, Rand. I appreciate that. So there we are, folks. I got to get back inside here. But hey, hashtag I love Star Wars. That's what we're going with. Even Starbucks got it, man, when we went through Starbucks and got our coffee. So here's to all of you. Jon Favreau, Caleb, would be a great choice. I like that choice. But we'll see. You all have a great Halloween as well. And you know what? If you like The Last Jedi, if you didn't like The Last Jedi, if you liked Empire, you didn't like Empire, if you like whatever movie you like or don't like, guess what? I still love Star Wars. And you should love Star Wars too, because Star Wars is awesome. Star Wars brings people together, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it separating people. I'm tired of people using Star Wars to separate people and to hurt the community, because that's not helping. It's just not helping. So, hey guys, have a wonderful day. You know what? I think I'll try to jump on later. Maybe we'll see what's going on. But love you all. May the Force be with you always. All right, guys. Thanks so much for your support. Bye bye.